Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today's video is going to be a very satisfying daily cleaning routine. These are things that I do on a typical daily basis with additions of things that I had on my list that needed to get done on this particular day. I'll also be ending this video with a delicious fall-inspired dinner idea. So get your to-do list ready and let's get some cleaning done together. I'm starting off with throwing a load of laundry in. This is something I try to do first thing in the morning every single day. I usually plan out what I'm going to do for laundry the night before, so then in the morning I just quickly am able to throw in whatever laundry needs to be done and get it started right away first thing in the morning. I do work full-time from home, so I do have a lunch break, which is when I come up here and switch out the laundry, so put in whatever is from the wash into the dryer. So then laundry is just moving pretty much throughout the day. Next, I'm going to make my bed. Nothing will get you motivated and ready to get cleaning than making sure that your bed is made. I don't know what about it, but for some reason, it just tells my brain that I am getting started, off and running, and going to be able to get through a lot of cleaning tasks throughout my house. Because if you are a homemaker, you know the cleaning is pretty much never ending. There's something that needs to be done every single day, which for me, I totally enjoy. I find cleaning to be so peaceful, like a therapy for myself. And I love nothing more than being able to enjoy my home when it is nice and clean. Now I'm hanging up some clothes that were dry and ready to be put away. I do have a hanging rack here in the corner of my room that I put a lot of my shirts on so that they can hang dry as opposed to putting them in the dryer. So I'm going to just get all this hung up in my closet so then the drying rack is freed up for when the clothes are ready to be hung after being in the wash in the load that I just threw in this morning. This is something that I feel like can be the one part that like gets away from me is sometimes I let the clothes just like build up on that rack and not actually put them away. So I try so hard to be on top of actually making sure my clothes are put away. Are you like that too? Do you have like laundry baskets hanging around that are full of clothes or areas in your room that just hold clothes forever? Leave a comment down below. I'd love to know. Now I'm in my master bath. I'm just showing you the areas of smudge marks that I need to get cleaned up. I try to wipe this down on a daily basis because all of us use this counter. This is where my son brushes his teeth. He has a little stool here and he loves brushing his teeth. We got him like an automatic toothbrush. And it's got Mario on it, so he thinks it is just so fun, and he is so great at making sure his teeth are brushed. If we forget for whatever reason, he is always on top of it and says, brush teeth, and runs right in here, so it's great, and hopefully that is a habit that he can keep up with, which will make his life so much easier. I'm just using like a generic store brand Clorox wipe to quickly wipe down the counter. And then I'm also gonna wipe down the fronts here of the cabinets as I noticed that those had all kinds of drip marks as well. Welcome if you are new here. Leave a comment down below introducing yourself, letting me know where you're from. I love to hear from you and enjoy being able to learn about you as you learn about me. I am from Massachusetts. Our weather has been so nice lately, so if you are being able to enjoy this fantastic weather, like it literally feels like spring. It's been in the 70s. I think on Halloween it was almost in the 80s, like unheard of weather for us. We have had Halloweens in the past where there's been snow on the ground, but this year has been quite the treat with having some extra warm weather for a little bit longer in the season. So it's been very fun. We've been able to play outside more than we typically will. This time of year is usually rather cold. So leave a comment down below letting me know where you're from, what's your weather like, how was your Halloween? I typically vacuum my son's room almost every single day. This navy blue rug shows everything. We have a black lab who loves to be in this room with him, and oftentimes he eats granola bars in here that just like make crumbs all over this rug. I am going to be getting rid of this rug as soon as we figure out what we're going to do to make this room like more of a big boy room instead of kind of less of a nursery, since he is almost 3 years old. Now it's been a couple hours and it is my lunch break. I've been in my office doing work for the morning after I finish those few tasks. First thing in the morning of making my bed, starting the laundry, wiping down the bathroom, and making sure my son's room was picked up a little bit. It's my lunch break, so I am rotating the laundry, taking out everything from the washer, putting in what goes into the dryer in the dryer. All of my husband's shirts, I always hang up here. We have a drying rack right here behind this door in the laundry room. My shirts I hang up in my room, and sometimes my husband has jeans that I hang up in our room as well. We've got a big drying rack in there, like I said earlier. So I always do this pretty much every single day at the start of my lunch break, and then I go eat my lunch or do any other cleaning tasks that I can. Take my dog out. She loves to go out during lunch as well. I'll throw the ball for her, let her get out some energy so then we can push through the afternoon of finishing up my workday. Do you work full time? Do you work outside of the house? Are you a stay-at-home mom, or do you work from home as well? Leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you are doing, what stage of life that you are in. Now I'm gonna quickly vacuum these stairs. It is so overdue. There's so much dog hair on these stairs. It's almost impossible to walk on them. And with my 2-year-old son, he kind of crawls up the stairs still. So he's constantly like looking at me like, you need to clean these stairs. They are disgusting. So it's just giving you a close-up of how dirty they are, and I'm just gonna quickly vacuum them right away. On this day that I did this filming, I did do some extra cleaning tasks during my lunch break. I ate my lunch before I left my desk, so I just quickly heated up. A lot of times for lunch, I have leftovers from dinner. I just heated up leftovers from the night before, ate them at my desk while I finished up some projects, knowing that I wanted to get some filming done and some cleaning done on this day. I need to have my lunch to build up some energy. I do get that comment every so often of, I hope during your lunch break you're actually eating, but I am able to eat at my desk as well. So I could either eat before my lunch break starts or after my lunch break starts. And not every day I even take a lunch break. Sometimes during lunch I do have meetings that I have to be on. So it just depends. I do take a break throughout the day, but it's not always like a typical lunch break. Most days it is, which is great because my dog, she definitely looks forward to the lunch break, and she'll come into my office and be like, it is time for lunch. We need to go outside. which is great for her so she can get out some of her energy. So on this day, I did take my lunch break to complete cleaning tasks, since it is time like that I just have for myself. My son is 2. He goes to a program throughout the day. He is at the program all day long. My husband drops him off in the morning so I can work. And then after my work day is done, I go pick him up. It's really great for him. He has a lot of fun and is able to enjoy time with kids and just learn from somebody else. And yeah, I just feel like it works out really well for our family. Now I'm just showing you all that was vacuumed. There was so much that needed to be vacuumed from the upstairs. I'm just unloading this so then I can continue and just quickly get the downstairs picked up, which I will during this day too, and typically every single day I vacuum the whole house. Since we do have our dog who sheds like crazy, I either use the stick vacuum or I have a robot vacuum that vacuums and mops at the same time for me. On this day, I did decide to use the stick vacuum since I was just up and moving and going and ready to just get all of these tasks done. Moving into the kitchen, I always make sure the countertops are wiped down every single day, multiple times a day, as they get used constantly and touched. So there's drip marks and fingerprints and all kinds of things all over the counters, especially the island. We sit at this island all the time. Our countertops are a granite countertop. They have a texture to them. They're like a matte finish. There's a specific name for them and I just cannot think of what they're called. But since they are textured, especially when we have guests over and everybody stands here at the island, I always see people like rubbing the island because of the texture. It's just not something that you typically see in people's houses, but it is so nice. But I definitely make sure to wipe down these countertops all the time. Now I'm just showing you my son's little table here. He loves to color. He colors every single day, and now has been coloring off of the paper. So there's tons of crayon marks on this table. I need to get a dry eraser, not a dry eraser, a magic eraser to get the crayon right off. I know that will work, but we just don't have one right now. So I gotta add that to my list to get from the store, and that'll take that right up. I need to vacuum this chair. There's cheese all over it. We had some tacos and my son sat up here because I usually put like our food, like we like to do like taco bowls, and I usually put everything lined up here on the counter. My husband and I just make our bowls because we kind of like different things. And I looked over at my son who was sitting on this countertop eating cheese out of the bags. There was just cheese everywhere and I missed that chair, so I just quickly vacuumed off of that chair. Now moving into the kitchen part here, I'm going to wipe off all these countertops, get everything onto the floor so then I can quickly vacuum up the floor. And of course, every single day, multiple times a day, there are dishes that need to be cleaned. These are all dishes from breakfast and lunch, and I also went through the fridge a little bit and got some of the dishes out of there because since we had taco bowls the other day, I ended up having a taco bowl for lunch, so I was able to use up a bunch of the leftovers. I'm going to fill the dishwasher, get this going since I did pretty much fill the whole thing. So this will run the rest of my afternoon, and then I can unload it right before dinner time. I'm gonna hand wash the rest of these. These are things that I don't typically put in the dishwasher. It's just easier to hand wash them, make sure they don't get broken or anything like that. So I'm going to hand wash these, and then I ended up not putting them away right away because I was kind of running out of time. I just figured I'd put them away right after I was finished with my workday before I started dinner. But nothing makes you feel like you have a clean home than a cleaned out sink. So if you have a sink full of dishes, make sure to get those done, put them in the dishwasher, hand wash whatever you need to, scrub down your sink, make it all nice and shiny, and you will definitely feel like your house is instantly cleaner. I scrub up my sink every single day using the Dawn Power Wash. This works so well. It makes my sink nice and clean and shiny. I'm using a Scrub Mummy today. I usually have like a brush with a handle that's longer, but I couldn't find that, so I'm just going to use this. I do like to use something different for the sink than I do for the dishes, as the sink is known to be extra dirty. They actually say that your sink is probably dirtier than your toilets. So you don't typically scrub out your sink. Add that to your daily to-do list. I'm going to finish off cleaning the kitchen today by running the vacuum. Lots of dog hair, crumbs. I always make sure to do the countertops first, so then whatever crumbs fall to the floor, I can just quickly vacuum out. Last room on my cleaning list is to make sure that the living room is tidy. There was our dog. Her name is Millie. Give this video a thumbs up to say hi to Millie. I'm just going to straighten up the cushions, put the pillows back where they belong, blankets where they belong, and then vacuum this room. My son didn't get any time this morning to actually play, so there wasn't any toys here to put away. There are a couple toys that were left from last night that need to be put away over by his toy organizer, which is behind the couch. This is our organization system for all of my son's toys. This is right behind our couch, so when you're actually like on the couch, you can't really see it. It's like tucked away, so then you don't feel like the room is just a playroom. I did this on purpose to make sure he had things to do and play with, but when we wanted it to just feel like a nice, clean, fresh room, we didn't have to think about the toys because they are kind of tucked behind the couch. This organization system works out so well. It is so easy to maintain. I can just quickly put things away. My son can help me quickly put things away, and he has an easy time finding whatever he wants to play with. If you are interested in a more in-depth what this looks like, how it's organized, and also to see me declutter, I did just post 2 videos ago, a video going through that in every single detail. I hope you would be interested in seeing. I just emptied the vacuum again to show you all that got vacuumed from just downstairs and why I have to vacuum my house every single day. Here's an overview of the nice clean house that we get to enjoy for the afternoon and this evening. If you don't have a daily cleaning routine, I definitely recommend implementing it. It will make your days feel so much better. It'll be like a little bit of therapy and just help your mental state, allow you to enjoy your home to the fullest, being a homemaker, a mother, a wife, all the things. So then we can move on with our day and enjoy our time with our family and making dinner, which I'm going to show you our dinner coming up next. For dinner tonight, I am making a fall-inspired chicken skillet dish. I found this recipe on Pinterest. I will post it in the description bar down below. So I'm starting off with chicken breast that I just cut up into pieces. I cooked that on a pan with olive oil, and then I did add some garlic cloves to this as well. I transferred that to a bowl after it was cooked, and now I'm adding more olive oil to the pan with butternut squash and Brussels sprouts. I'm going to season this with cinnamon, nutmeg, salt, and pepper, and let those cook down till a little bit brown before adding the other ingredients. This dish was absolutely delicious, made the house smell like it was fall. So easy to put together all in one pan, and used fall ingredients. I definitely have been in a dinner idea rut where I feel like I make the same things over and over. So I've been scouring around looking for new recipes, and I stumbled upon this one. When I'm looking for new recipes, I definitely try to put in seasonal ingredients that I know our family enjoys. Brussels sprouts and sweet potato are 2 of my favorite vegetables, so this was right up my alley. Now I'm adding 1 small apple and some chicken stock to the pan, and then it says to let this cook for about 10 to 15 minutes till all the vegetables are cooked through. I did add more broth a couple times to make sure that it wasn't dry and none of the vegetables were sticking to the pan. I also did have to transfer over to a bigger pan. I should have started with this bigger one because I was definitely running out of space in the other one. The recipe also calls for bacon, which I didn't have, so I had to omit it, unfortunately, and onions is not something that we typically eat. Sometimes I add onions, not very often though. My husband and I both don't do very well with digesting onions for whatever reason, so I didn't add that either. I added the chicken back to the pan to let that warm up again, and the dish was done. Low carb, super easy, vegetables, a fruit, a protein, so good, delicious, and such an easy idea. I will definitely have the recipe in the description down below if you are interested in checking it out. Thank you so much for stopping by, taking some time out of your day to watch my video. I hope that you got some cleaning done alongside me, and if nothing else, got some motivation and leave here feeling like you've made a new friend. If you have not yet, consider subscribing. I post new videos every Tuesday and Friday.